everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Georgia, I hope you're well. So I have a lot of questions about how I read as much as I do while working full time. So I thought I would do a bit of a what I read in a week style video. I have posted a bit of a thing similar to this on my Instagram, but in like photo form of what I read each day. And then I had a lot of questions about why I read multiple books in one day. So I thought this would be a really good way to show you guys what I get read, how I read them, the formats that I read them in, and things like that. So that is the plan for this video. So I'm going to go through each day of the week. I'm going to tell you how many pages I read that day and also sort of like the format that I read them in as well. As I'm filming this right now, it is Saturday. I am going to be starting this as of Monday. So the numbers might be slightly different by the time we actually get to Monday in case I do any reading this weekend, but I am very busy tomorrow, so I doubt that. That is the plan for today's video. I'm going to give you some information about the books I'm reading currently. So both books that I'm reading at the moment are actually going to be getting separate videos anyway, so I'm not going to give you a lot of information about what's actually happening in the books, but I am currently reading two books. Now, the reason I'm usually reading two books at the same time is because I have one that I read physically and usually one that I read on audio. So I like to do romances on audio a lot of the time because they're a lot easier to keep up with. Whereas when you get sort of like your fantasy ones, I feel like it can get a bit confusing because of the magic system and things like that, and it's a bit easier to go back or flick to glossaries and things like that when you're reading the physical books. So that's why I usually have two on the go at once. So I do audiobooks on the way sort of to and from work, on breaks at work, things like that. So I get a lot of audio done during the week, whereas my physical books I tend to read a lot more when I'm at home. So I usually have two on the go at once, which confuses a lot of people, and I get a lot of questions like, how do you not get confused with what's happening in what? I tend to read very different books at the same time. Here we have A Billionaire Romance. This is book 3 in the Lakefront Billionaire series, so this is Love Arranged. And then I also have Arcana Academy, which is a fantasy romance in like a school academy sort of setting. So again, very different concepts. My full thoughts and feelings on both of these books will be in separate videos, so this one should already be up. So I will be doing like a is this new release worth it type video. So like I said, this is book 3 in this series here. I did love both of these, so I'm hoping to really love this as well, and I'm really enjoying it so far. But to give you a little bit of information, this is following Lorenzo and Lily. So Lorenzo is a character that we have been only sort of shown a bad side of in book 1 and 2 in this series so far, and then we have Lily, which is the sister of the main character in book 1. That's the sort of dynamic we have going. I'm enjoying this so far. So I'm now actually on chapter 23. So I listen to my audio a lot when I'm like sort of getting ready, or if I'm tidying up, or if I'm driving. That tends to be my main sort of time when I listen to my audiobooks. In some ways this is a little bit of a second chance romance. So our main characters have met on a dating app that was sort of like an anonymous dating app that kind of all got called off when they met in person because they realised who the other were and decided that it was the wrong thing. It is also going to be a marriage of convenience situation. So that's where we're at with this one. I am really enjoying it. It's really easy. I like the audio. It's fun to follow. The only problem I'm having with the audio is they occasionally speak Spanish. Now in the physical book, it then says at the bottom of the page what they're saying. You don't get that on the audio. So I do miss the occasional line because they're speaking Spanish, but they do usually at some point then talk about it briefly in English so that it flows alright. I am really enjoying this one so far, and I'm hoping to get this finished early in the week. And then, like I say, we also have Arcana Academy, so this is following our main character, Clara. It's another arranged marriage one actually. Me saying they're completely different, they're not. It's also an arranged marriage. But it's a book with a really interesting and unique magic system. I am struggling a little bit with this one. It is quite confusing, so I'm only reading this when I'm at home with no distractions, and I am immersive reading as well, so I'm listening to it while reading it at the same time a lot of the time because it's confusing. I'm not very good with high fantasy level books, but I am really enjoying this one as well. It's very unique. It's all sort of like tarot cards, and the tarot cards give people an ability for a short period of time. That's where I'm at with this one. I'm not going to say much more on it, but I am reading this one very slowly. But I'm also hoping to get this finished, ideally again relatively early this week. I'm aiming for both of these books to be finished by Thursday, because on Thursday I'm planning on sitting down and smashing out Fearful. That's my plan, because Fearful comes out on Tuesday. I'm planning on going to Waterstones on Thursday and buying it. I need these done by Thursday so that I can read that without feeling bad on these books. We do have a few other plans this week. Like, I'm going away with my mom on Saturday. I also have a lot of videos to edit this week as well, alongside working 4 days a week. So I'm very busy, but I wanted to give you sort of a realistic what I read in a week. Let's get into how many pages I get read per week. Let's go. Good morning everyone, it's currently Monday morning, so I am jumping straight on with this. Ignore the state, I am so unbelievably tired, it's not even funny. So I'm off to work today. I do think I'm going to prioritise this book today and hopefully get this done if possible. I'm on chapter 23, so I am planning on audioing quite a bit of this today. I'm in the car a lot and obviously breaks and things at work. I am hoping to get this done, and if not done then at least be very close to the end. So I'm currently on page 246, so I do think I'll be able to get a good chunk of this done hopefully today. And just in case I do pick this one up at all, I am on page 360 of this one, so I have quite a bit of progress still to be made on both books. I don't know how well you can see them there, but let's smash through at least one of these books today hopefully. So I'm gonna head off to work and I will give you some sort of updates probably when I get home. So I will see you at around 7 o'clock this evening. A nice long 12-hour day. Hello, so it is currently 9:45 on the night of Monday the 1st of September, and I just wanted to give you my little check-in. So I have managed to do quite a lot of my audiobook today, and then I've just read a couple of chapters sat in my chair now just to sort of like wind down a little bit before I have a shower and get into bed. Sorry, I have Freya here, this hand isn't just being weird. So I have managed to audio quite a lot of this book today. Like I said this morning, I've spent a lot of time in the car. I've also had just like a lot of little admin jobs, so I've had my audiobook on in the background. And I have just read up to page 405. If my calculator is correct, that is 156 pages done today. Monday is the day that I do manage to get quite a lot done. Like I said, I spend a lot of time in the car and a lot of my day doing admin. I do manage to get quite a lot of my audio done. I am really enjoying this one. It's really easy to listen to. That's sort of probably all the reading I'll get done for today. We've had a lot of development in the story and things. It's been a lot of like big character development points, a lot of like relationship development in them as well. They've sort of both come to terms with the fact that it's no longer really fake for them. So there's been our first spicy scene, and I think that was chapter 40, so they really do hold out on you on that one. So like I got like 70% into the book before we get any real spice, so it really is a slow burn, this one. But now that we've got to the spice, I'm loving it even more. Not even just the spice, but like their actual relationship development. I'm really enjoying that. So I'm intrigued to see what the third act sort of breakup or third act conflicts will be for this one. Couldn't say for definite right now, but yeah, I've got some ideas of what it could be, but I couldn't tell you for definite which one it was. 156 pages done on Monday. Let's see what Tuesday brings. Good night, and I will speak to you at some point tomorrow. I am on chapter 51 of this book. Let's get it finished. We've got an extended epilogue. Just a little update. It is currently 8 o'clock on Tuesday and I have just finished this here book. So this was Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. We had an epilogue and an extended epilogue, which made me very happy. I'm not actually finished with my reading today. I do think I'm probably going to pick up some of the other book, but I just wanted to quickly talk about this one before, just in case I get cozy later and then basically just like fall asleep before giving you the full update. So I've read 142 pages of this book today. The majority of it has been on audio while I've been in the car and things. Like I'm in the car for like over an hour every day for work. So I got a lot of this done to and from work and on my breaks and things, and then I've just sat and read some more of it just to finish it off at home. So I really enjoyed this one. It was fun, it was spicy, but only a couple of spicy scenes for those of you who don't like really spicy books. It wasn't a massive lover of the third act conflict. It was a sort of miscommunication thing, which I don't usually love. Like the whole miscommunications usually just annoy me. Like just sit down and have a conversation. This could have all been avoided. But I know some people do like that, but it's not something that I love. So far 142 pages today, and that does mark the end of this here book. I do think for the rest of the evening I'm going to pick up Arcana Academy. We've done like a lot of tidying today, so I think we're just going to both sort of do our own thing on the sofa. He's got some new games that he wants to play and I want to finish that book because I feel like I've been taking forever to read it. I'm hoping to get a good chunk of Arcana Academy done today so that I can get that finished tomorrow, ready to sit and read Fearful on Thursday. So that is officially out today. So I'm really hoping I can still get my hands on it on Thursday. I'm hoping they still have it in stock. But that's my plan for Thursday. If not, I'll probably just pick it up on my Kindle because I do really want to sit and read that day. That's my plan. I have now finished this one, 142 pages down. Do recommend this book. I think I'm probably going to rate it around a 4-star, which is the same as the rest of the series. So I have enjoyed it. It has been really good fun, really sweet, really like cute, and the epilogue was really adorable. And then the extended epilogue was about like, it just said several years later, and it was like them with all their kids, and they have this nice big family in this really cute little cottage house. Like, it was so cute. So I'm going to pop this one away and pick up Arcana Academy, and then we will get back to reading. So like I say, I'm not done reading for today. There will be another update, assuming I don't fall asleep on the sofa. Let's see what else we can get read today. So it is currently Thursday morning, but I just wanted to give you Wednesday's wrap up. I did get quite a lot of reading done last night, but I just, in all honesty, I just didn't fancy filming. So I thought I'd just give you the little wrap up this morning. So yesterday I focused entirely on Arcana Academy. I didn't start anything else because obviously I finished Love Arranged the night before. So I really wanted to get this done yesterday because obviously I have a nice little plan for today. So I didn't actually manage to get this finished, which is annoying. But I did get 98 pages of this read yesterday, so we're kind of very deep in there now. We've had the third trial. We are building up for this final big thing. I am enjoying it. I don't love it as much as I wanted to, if I'm honest. The last sort of like 40%, I'd say, has just dragged on. I feel like obviously we've got to build up for this big ending, but I feel like it was like 300 pages of just not a lot. I expected the Three of Swords trial to be this big thing, and it was exciting. It wasn't exciting, I'm lying. It was interesting, and I get why we have to do it that way, but like the big battle scene that we had at the end of that is the scene we've seen already. It's the same fight with the same character. So I don't know. I didn't love that. We will see what the last sort of 60 pages brings. I don't think I'm going to pick this up today. I do have a plan for today, which is actually for a different video, but I will obviously mention it in this one. So I'm going to be going and picking up Fearful hopefully today, assuming they have it in stock. So I'm going to go and pick that up today. My plan is to literally sit and read that start to finish today. That will be me done with the Powerless trilogy. So that is my plan. So like I said, I don't think I'll read this today. So this will hopefully get finished tomorrow. But for today, I want to sit and read Fearful start to finish. So yesterday's numbers, I got 98 pages of this book done. Let's hope today is a bit better. Today is my day off work, so I do usually get quite a lot of reading done on a Thursday, but I also have a lot of other things that I want to get done today, so we'll see how we go. But not really loving this one as much as I wanted to. But 98 pages done on Wednesday, which I'm quite happy with. So let's see what today brings. I will admit, I have audioed a little bit of this morning so far while I was getting ready. I have read some more of this morning, but I don't want to talk about my thoughts and feelings on that specific bit because that bit was really interesting. I'll give you my final thoughts on this when I finish it, probably tomorrow. Okay, so it is officially Thursday night, and you know what? I've actually got so much reading done today. I have finished 2 books. Obviously Thursday is my day off work, so I do manage to get a load of reading done on a Thursday, but you know what? It has been a very disappointing reading day, which makes me so sad. So my plan for today was to sit and read Fearless start to finish. Now, if you're interested on my in-depth sort of thoughts and feelings on this, I did read it in a specific video. I literally had a day of doing really fun bookish things and then also decided to pick up this book and read it start to finish. Now, didn't love it. Absolutely heartbreaking, but I didn't love it. I absolutely love the Powerless trilogy. All the other 4 books in this series, I say trilogy and then say 4 books, there are some novellas. There's 2 novellas including this one. So the first 4 books I love, I'm obsessed with. I rated them all 5 stars. Don't love it. I'm going to leave it at that. If you want the rest of my thoughts and feelings, they will be in the doing book stuff video. So this book is 385 pages and I read it start to finish. So that's 385 pages of this book. And I also managed to finish Arcana Academy today. I did a bit on audio in the car, and then I have also just finished the last sort of like 40 pages. So that takes me to a total of 445 pages today, which is probably the most I've ever done in a day outside of like 24-hour reading challenges. So I'm really chuffed with that. Go me. I, again, was a little bit disappointed in this one as well. I enjoyed it. I think the magic system was fun and things like that, but it just wasn't as exciting as I was hoping for. There's a big fight scene at the end. That was really fun. I enjoyed that. The magic that they used during all of that sort of stuff is really, really exciting, and I did like that. But from like 40% through this book to like 80% of this book, nothing happens. So it has taken me ages to read this one. Yeah, I've been really hit and miss with this one. I'm reading like a lot of it and then literally not touching it for ages because I'm struggling with it. I've been struggling with it, but it is done now. And you know that's not good when you're like waiting for the end of a book. I do feel a little bit like I should have probably DNF'd it or waited until I was in a better mindset for it. But I found both of these books a little bit disappointing, but I have read a total of 445 pages today, which must be a record for me. I'm chuffed with the amount I've got read, but disappointed in the books that I've been reading. So I want something fun. Like, I have been forcing myself to read these. I've not been reading these because I want to pick up a book and read. I do feel a little bit slumpy, so I feel like I need something fun, or I'm just gonna like really slow down and stop reading. My thought process is this. Let me tell you all about it. This is basically my thought process. I didn't get much further than this. I know I really like this series. I have read it before, so part of me is like, do you know what, do I just go back in and read this? I know it's fun, I know it's easy, it's YA, it's fantasy, it's fun, and it is a reread, so I know I enjoyed it. So this is my thinking, just to read something a little bit more fun and that I know I'll enjoy. Do we just jump into this? I'm definitely done reading for today. I've had enough. I've had enough reading today. For tomorrow, I think maybe we'll jump into this one. I don't actually know how much reading I'm going to get done this weekend, because like tomorrow night I've got a lot of editing that I want to get done. And then Saturday I'm actually out with my mum all day, but we do have some time on the train and we usually both take a book for the train. So I could read it on the train. We also just might not. And then Sunday, I think me and James are going to do something together because he's just had a new game today. I've done nothing but read all week. So I think Sunday we'll probably actually spend some time together, depending on how tired we both are. This is my thought process. I think I'm going to go for this one. So this is The City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. It's book 1 in the Mortal Instruments series. I am planning on doing the reading order that's like the first 3 books in this one, and then the 3 books in the Infernal Devices, and then the other 3 books from this series. But I think this is my plan. I think this is what we're going to do. But we're doing really well for numbers this week. Like I say, we've got a lot read today, a lot of pages read. So I'm really happy with that. I just wish the books that I chose were better. That's my little update for you guys. Let's see what Friday brings. I will be back tomorrow with an update on my numbers. The lighting does not want to be my friend right now, but we move on. It is currently actually Saturday morning. I don't know what day I'm on, but I just wanted to give you yesterday's sort of like update. So I did actually start City of Bones by Cassandra Clare last night, and I have read the first 3 chapters, or I'm on chapter 3, so I read the first, like the prologue and the first 2 chapters. So I read a total of 47 pages last night, which isn't quite been in line with the sort of numbers I have been doing this week, but I did have a lot of editing to do. I didn't do any reading in the car or anything like that. I just listened to music for a change. I'd not really picked an audiobook, and I don't have this on audio and anything, so I didn't really read any of this yesterday, other than those couple of chapters when I got home from work. So, poor effort on my part, but we have started this world. Like I said before, I have read this already a long time ago, and I love this story and I know what it's about, but I don't remember it being in 3rd person, which I'm not best impressed about. So I don't like 3rd person perspective. I don't know what it is. I feel I just get a lot more hooked into a story when it's written in 1st person perspective. So in my head this was 1st person, but it's not. So in this book we follow Clary. Now Clary is just sort of like a human girl going about life. She basically comes across this accident in a bar. It's like this all ages bar, and she witnesses this group sort of like enticing in this guy that she saw outside, and they basically like kill him. And she witnesses this, but nobody else saw it. She goes to this bar with her friend Simon, her best friend of like forever, and he's like, what are you looking at, why are you so stressed? And he can't see what's happening. So obviously our main female character Clary thinks she's going a bit crazy, and it kind of goes from there. It's about shadow hunters, but there's also like, it's based on the premises that like all the stories are true. So like vampires, werewolf, demons, warlocks, everything, they're all real, they're all true, and they're all actually in the world, and it's just that the shadow hunters sort of keep them at bay. So that's the sort of setup for this book. So it was only 47 pages on Friday, which was yesterday, which is a very poor effort. I didn't do very much reading at all, and to be honest I don't think I'm going to get a lot of reading done today either. So today I'm going into York with my mum for the day. We're getting the 10:20 train. We're going into York, having a bit of shopping, having some nice drinks and things. Coming home on the train tonight as well, so I might get a bit of reading done on the train. I don't know, but I doubt I'm going to get much reading done. So if I don't read on the train on the way back, I'm not going to do any reading today, realistically. We will see. That's my little update for you guys. Like I say, I loved this book when I read it when I was like 16, so I'm really hoping to enjoy it again now that I've accepted the fact that it's in third person. I think it's such an easy read concept, and I just love it. It is YA, so we don't have the spice, and we have like some tension but no spice really. But if you want just like an easy take your brain out book, I definitely recommend this. But yeah, I'm gonna go and finish getting ready and film some last little bits, and then I will see if we get any reading done at all today. So I'm gonna go and spend the day with my mum. Good morning, it's officially Sunday morning, and I just wanted to give you a little update on yesterday's numbers. So I did carry on with this book. So on Friday I read up to page, I've got it all written down on my phone, I got up to page 47. So I was on chapter 3 by the end of Friday. I didn't read much Friday either, and then I only actually managed to read 2 chapters yesterday, so I read that much. So I read 19 pages and that was it yesterday, which is a pretty poor effort, but I was out all day with my mum. We had a really lovely day, as you've seen from the few clips that I took while I was out and about, so I didn't get much reading done at all. I read a couple of chapters on the train on the way there, and that was literally it. 19 pages for Saturday. If we've got plans, I don't prioritise reading at all. That was all we managed to squeeze in yesterday, and then when I got home I was just really tired from being out and about all day, so early night for me. So we're obviously on the last day of this sort of like reading thing. I am going to be spending quite a bit of time reading today, I think, so I'm going to carry on with this book. James is on the final trial of Fearless, so I would quite like to be with him while he finishes that. So we've decided that today we're going to go out in the car. It's currently raining, so we're just going to go and sit in the car in the rain and read our books. So I want him to finish Fearless, and I'm just going to crack on with this while he does that. So that is the plan. I'm on chapter 7 currently, as I did read quite a few chapters in bed this morning. So I've already done about 40 pages this morning. We're going to go out and sit in the car in the rain, listen to the rain and read our books. So I think I'll get quite a bit through this today. I'm about 20% at the moment, so we'll just see how we get on with the rest of it, but I'm loving it so far. It's so nostalgic. I absolutely loved this when I read it when I was younger, so I'm really looking forward to getting like further into it. It's still just sort of setting it up at the moment. Clary's still trying to get her head around the fact that there's a lot more to the world than she thought, like that all the stories are actually true, and she's seen some demons firsthand and fought her first demon and things. I'm enjoying it so much so far. It's just so nostalgic. So we will be spending the rest of the day in the car reading our books. Let's see how many pages I can get read for the final day of this sort of video. A lot of people do try and get a lot read every day. I am very much just, it depends on my plans. Like for this week I wanted it to be a realistic what I read in a week. I didn't want it to be like right, I'm going to make no plans this week and I'm just going to get loads of reading done. This is sort of like a realistic what I actually get read. And some weeks are more, some weeks are less, some weeks I literally barely pick a book up all week. Life is busy, it is what it is, but I wanted this to be as realistic as possible, hence practically no reading Friday or Saturday, because I don't always get a lot of reading done at the weekend. I'm spending time with my family and I'm spending time with James. But today I want to get a good chunk of this done in the car, so let's go. It's picnic in the car time. So it is now Sunday evening and I'm going to end this video off here. So we did sit and read in the car for a little bit, so I've read up to page 162. So that means that I've done 94 pages today. So we did sit in the car and read for about an hour. We just ended up sort of like chatting and doing our usual and talking shit for an hour or so, and then we came home and then done my nails. We just kind of spent the evening playing Sea of Thieves and things, so I didn't get much reading done today like I thought I would, but it was absolutely fine because we still had a really lovely day together. So I am only on chapter 10 of this book, so I'm starting on page 163 as of tomorrow, but 98 pages done today, so again another good near enough 100 pages done today. That is everything for this video, so I just wanted to give you a little overview of like everything. With this book, so Clary is fully in on everything that's sort of going on now. She's still obviously very new to it all, still trying to get her head around everything, but is kind of more accepting of the fact that everything's not as it seems. She now knows that her mum was a shadow hunter and her mum's kept this whole thing a secret from her entire life. Really enjoying it so far. It is just very nostalgic. Like I say, it is a YA book. It is written quite young. The main character's 15 herself, so it's like it is a younger YA book. But I just love it. I just love it so much. I can't wait to get on with like the rest of the series and to read it in the new reading order of doing the Infernal Devices halfway through. So I'm really excited to get further into this. These will probably pop up in some more videos going forward because I'm really enjoying this series and I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of it again. Like I said, the first book I've probably read a couple of times, I've seen it loads of times, but the rest of the series I can't remember as well, so I'm definitely looking forward to like getting past book 1 and reading the rest of it. But that's all I'm going to give you for this, so if you're wanting to hear some more on my thoughts and feelings of this series, you'll have to subscribe and watch future videos to find out what I think, so you know what to do. So I have been writing down through the week everything that I've read, so that means that this week, so Monday to Sunday, I have read 1025 pages. Now I do think that's probably my best ever, but in this video we finished Love Arranged, we also finished Arcana Academy, and we also finished Fearful, and then obviously started this one as well. So we've definitely made some good progress with the books that I was reading this week. But I'm definitely proud of that, just over 1,000 pages. I think that's really good going. I'm really chuffed and quite surprised by how much I've read this week. But like I said, I do think that is pretty much down to Fearful coming out because I literally sat and read that start to finish on Thursday. So I'm really chuffed with myself. I think that's pretty good going. So I'm happy with that. That is more than okay with me. So that is everything for today's video then. I've really enjoyed doing this. I think it's a really fun way just to see sort of like what I've been up to and what I've been reading and how I do my reading throughout the week. I do like a good mixture of audio and physically reading and reading on my Kindle, and I do a mix of all three. And I've been really enjoying doing the whole like immersive reading recently as well. That is everything for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, my social media, my Amazon wishlist, my Goodreads and my business email all in the description bar below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you're well. Take care.